What's up? It's TJ MMA and Emmett versus Vallejos just wrapped up, and it was a great card. Honestly, better than the last one. But I'm just not gonna waste any time. Let's get into it. This is my second time recording this, so I'm already pissed off. Josh Emmett versus Kevin Vallejos. He honestly just ran through Josh Emmett. I mean, he wasn't even close at all. I mean, Josh Emmett, he was skating around the octagon like TJ Dillashaw. Try to use his kicks early, and honestly was just loading up a lot, and I don't know what the game plan was, but it just wasn't it. And Kevin Vallejos, he was just patient, countering when he can, and he sliced up Josh very early, and it was honestly over from there. Josh Emmett just really didn't know what to do. He looked clueless in there, you know. But yeah, Kevin Vallejos, he just ran through him and got the finish in round one. Um, Very impressive performance. I'm honestly excited for Kevin Vallejos to fight up in the rankings. Maybe a rematch with Gene Silva. Who knows? But yeah, I'm honestly excited for the future of this guy. He's really good. I even picked Josh Emmett to win, and I'm a little salty about that. My predictions have been horrible this year, but good win by him. All right, co-main event: Amanda Limos versus Gillian Robertson. Honestly, a lackluster fight. There was a lot of grappling. Not much really happened. Nothing really notable. Amanda Limos just can't really grapple. I've noticed that a lot about her. She can't grapple. Even in the Mackenzie Dern fight where she whooped her, when it came to the grappling, she was just a step behind. That's why Mackenzie Dern won a round off her. You know what I mean? It just shows how good Zhang Weili is and how much of a different level she is above everyone. But when Mackenzie Dern and Zhang Weili fight and Zhang Weili wins back the title, I would love to see this fight with Gillian Robinson. It was a really good fight. It would be a really good fight. All right, Andre Fili versus Jose Miguel Legado. It was an okay fight. Andre Fili, he did look old in there. He looked good early on. He did drop him early on, but Delgado just took over in rounds two and three. But I wasn't really impressed with him. Andre Fili, he was still in there, landing counters, landing shots, landing right hands. He even took him down four times and ended the fight on top. So I'm not really too impressed with Delgado with his Mario Batista look-alike. And I honestly don't see him being ranked by the end of the year. I'll honestly see him losing his next fight if they ever give him something good. But honestly, mid fight. All right, this fight was fucking sick. This fight was amazing. Marvin Rocky versus Harry Hardwick. Amazing scrap. I'm definitely gonna rewatch this after I finish this video. I'm still salty I have to record this again. I had no mic, but whatever. Anyway, sick fight, amazing fight. Marvin Rocky, he was landing a lot of great shots, especially up against the cage. Uh, Also one of the best boxing combinations I've ever seen in MMA. Like his combinations, like just to mix it up, body head, mixing it with the elbows, which is honestly amazing. Harry Hardwick is tough as nails. He is very tough and did a great job. Just um not laying down and not letting Marwin just wail on him. Well, at least till the end, but he ended up breaking his jaw like Kobe Covington and wasn't able to continue. Well, sucks, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Iron Cutelaba versus I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce his name. Nothing notable about this fight. Iron just got the sub in round one. What I mean? Got the guillotine, and yeah, nothing really much happened. He only landed five strikes. He did nothing this fight. But good win by Cutelaba. Charles Johnson versus Bruno Silva. This is a decent fight. Charles Johnson, gets the split decision. One judge had it 30-27 Charles Johnson, which was weird. I have no idea why they scored for it, but yeah, there was a lot of fouls this fight too. Clash of heads. Bruno Silva kicked him in the nuts like twice. It was so weird, and he didn't get a point taken away or anything. Like it seems like every Bruno Silva fight, there's something going wrong. There's something like up with him. I don't really like Bruno Silva anyway. I'm kind of glad he lost. But just how good is Joshua Van, am I right? Just how good is Joshua Van? There was a lot of grappling, and I was expecting a little bit more. Let's get into the next fight. The prelims: Chris Curtis versus Awalabi. Awalabi just dominated him. He almost broke Khabib's record, 1924, but he ran out of time. Chris Curtis just didn't do anything in this fight. He essentially got dominated. It looked a lot like Holloway Oliveira. He just Hamzat maxed him is what I'm trying to say. Sean Strickland was in his corner screaming, telling him to get up, but there was just nothing he could do. He just got dominated. And yeah, that's pretty much the story of the fight. Not much happened. Orlov, he impressed me though. Really good grappler. Underrated striker as well. Really good, but I still like him though. I don't really like Chris Curtis either, mainly because he's part of the Strickland gym. But Yeah. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I Vitor Petrino versus Steven Asplin. Really great fight. Honestly, I thought it was the best fight on the card. Like it was just a fun heavyweight scrap, and we haven't got one of those in a very long time. Like it's very rare for the heavyweight division nowadays to actually have a good quality fight, and it was a good fight. You know what I mean? Like Steve Aspen, he dropped him early. You know, it was scrap in round two, and then Vitor Petrino, he just took over with his speed and honestly cardio, and he honestly just speed mauled them. Steven Aspen, he's tough. You know, he got beat up really bad and bloodied, but it was a really sick fight, and I was very entertained. You know, but Vitor Petrino, he ended up getting the victory. It was mainly towards the end because Steve Aspen, he just gassed out. No, but I really like Steven Aspen. I really hope he's back. He refused to quit because he got hit with a lot of big shots. But he did hurt Victor towards the end, but it just wasn't enough. And yeah, great fight. All right, Elijah Smith versus Su Young Yu. A very impressive performance by Elijah Smith. Honestly, Elijah Smith is like one of my favorite prospects right now, especially in the bantamweight division where there isn't much up and coming talent. You know what I mean? So I also see him being ranked by the end of the year. Like he is really fucking good. He is really good. Found the submission in round two, and yeah, man, very impressive. Now I'm not gonna talk about the other fights because this is when I first started watching, so I didn't see anything would happen here. But back to the main event. Kevin Vallejos. Honestly, a lot of people are comparing him to Ilya Taporia, but I think he's not better, but like more versatile and like I mean, dude, not even Topuria could do that to Josh Emmett. Like that's really impressive. Not even Murphy. Like no one was able to like just run through Josh Emmett like that. Yeah, you could say uses the law, but you could argue that he didn't really do any damage. It was just a submission. But Kevin Vallejos, he kind of like beat Joshua at his own game. Like it was really, really impressive. I even picked Josh Emmett as I said. But yeah, I'm honestly really excited for Kevin Vallejos. I feel like I'm saying his last name wrong. And I apologize for that. You know, it's literally almost 11, so and I have to go to sleep at work tomorrow. But honestly, fire card, man. What are your thoughts on the main event? And yeah, that's it for me. And I'm out.